You could have done 5 more damage that turn to the shaman. You could have been at 17 right now. And the Lothar would have been at full, so it wouldn't die to the fire elemental. Hmm. Maybe Massan is trying to slow the game down to draw into his second auctioneer and then draw the rest of his deck with it.
That could be what he's trying to do for sure. But without the auctioneer already in hand, he should have just been trying to push for damage, I think. He's already got a Cold Blood and an Eviscerate in his hand.
Well, I already drew the Doomhammer, but I don't know how much you're actually gonna use it here. You just can't get anything going with your creatures.
Yeah, if you can't get on board, you're going to be struggling the entire way through.
I'm staring at a frozen screen of the lightning bolt not going off. Are you sharing that experience?
Yeah.
Okay, well something happened, and it included 2 more overload cards. So the shaman's next turn is going to be very slow, and unfortunately this is the exact turn where the auctioneer was drawn. But still, I think this auctioneer is going to go down. I mean, even just 1 lightning storm. Oh, maybe not. No, you don't Cold Blood here. Do you sap?
I'm pretty sure you sap here.
Whoa!
You don't have many.
That's that 2/1 creature that I don't even know the name of.
South Sea Deckhand.
That's the one. So he's probably
actually
running that Faceless combo.
Well, it's also very good for popping Hunter Secrets like Freezing Trap, which is a big deal. Another Cold Blood activator as well. The cheapest one, actually.
The ooze goes down, but that little dude does 20 damage with a Faceless. All Massan needs is a weapon and a way to deal with the taunt when it's played again. There has to be Faceless in this deck, right? I'm not imagining. This is that deck. There's no other deck that has the deck hand, is it?
Well, a lot of rogue decks play the 1 deck hand. Not all of them, but certainly some of them definitely do. A lot of them just do it for the ability to pop the Freezing Trap and another activator for Cold Blood.
Well, he doesn't have many turns left.
That's for sure.
Well, if Faceless gets drawn, it's over. I think it has to be in that deck. Like, we just haven't seen that much damage. And he sap a Fire Elemental? Oh god.
That's rough. What other play do you have? You don't sap the Fire Elemental, you're just going to be taking way too much damage. You're going to just lose.
Well, you're not dead if you sap the Fire Elemental and face the 2/3 taunt. And then you have 4 cards left in your deck. Probably just play the Farseer at that point.
Yeah, just anything to mitigate damage. You know that the Fire Ellie is just going to come right back down on it, but you don't care at this point. You're just trying to stay alive.
I just feel you have to get rid of that taunt. Like, if you're going to sap the Fire Elemental, you can't leave that taunt on the board, so you have to use your weapon to re-weapon up. Right now he's really considering the odds of the cards left in his deck. With 4 cards left, you know, this is a lot of consideration. That's why it's taking so long.
Well, he must run that Faceless. It's definitely what he has to be considering at this point.
Wow, okay. Well, if RDU draws 2 damage, nope. But that is pretty brutal. Top Taunt Totem here, I think, seals it. Nope. But let's think, what can he really do to get rid of both of these taunts right now? Because he's dead the turn after this. So, like, Blade Flurry won't do it. He's got Prep Sap to deal with one of them, but the other one's still going to be there. He doesn't have a Deadly Poison active right now. I think that draw from RDU actually seals the game.
I can't even think of anything. The Fan of Knives won't cut it. Not without spell damage, for sure.
That's a Violet Teacher there. Well, that's useless.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's over. Yeah, RDU takes this game. A very slow game. I'm still curious if there's more to Massan's rogue deck. I mean, I'm not that experienced with these like Miracle Rogue spin-offs that we're seeing here. Maybe you are. Is this like common? Like one of Violet Teacher, one of Deckhand? Like it seems like there's something missing right now.
Well, these Violet Teacher rogue decks typically put in a lot of damage with an early Violet Teacher, and then they just finish the game with the Deckhand and a couple Cold Bloods. That's the cheapest win condition at 3 mana. Well, typically 13 damage with the Deadly Poisoned Weapon or something. Maybe he has an Assassin's Blade in his deck. That is another way to deal a lot of damage with these decks. It looks like he just drew a lot of his cards out of order here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's over.
Oh. Well, RDU takes the first game. I mean, we knew that a few turns ago, but it's pretty interesting that the rogue didn't make it. I don't know if it's this variation of rogue that was matched up against the shamans in the prior tournaments that we saw, but I did actually expect the rogue to absolutely own the matchup, not just because of the prior statistics of these two classes against each other, but also because well, nothing really happened on the shaman side until like turn 9 or something. I felt like, you know, you had all the time in the world to get going with the rogue, but yeah, I guess drawing the cards out of order does maybe play a bigger role than it seems. Anyway, guys, we're going to take a quick 60-second break before we get into the next match. Massan is going to have to choose among his next decks. I think he has available... so he played Rogue, he had his Warlock band, he can choose Shaman or Warrior, so probably some kind of mirror or take a risk with the Warrior, which I don't know if is the best idea. I don't know. Some tough games ahead for Massan, and we'll see what those will be like right after this.
Try to forget that you were here. Some part of me wants to disappear with you. My soul and all that I could afford. It's only gonna fall into what you've explored.
Alright guys, we're back. We're about to see how the second matchup between RDU and Massan will unfold. Massan is down to picking Shaman or Warrior against RDU's Shaman, which seems to be the bursty stuff with the Ooze. And it feels like the choice between Shaman or Warrior against that Ooze both seem pretty suboptimal. What would you go with, Impact?
I think I would go with the Shaman. The Shaman versus Warrior matchup is not very favored for the Warrior at all. The Shaman can just get... They only have one brawl to really deal with anything. And those Feral Spirits can really be tough for the Warrior to deal with. And that Taunt Totem is the bane of their existence, so I think I would go with the Shaman.
I feel like in a mirror match, because the board control is so aggressive, that when one player does have a way to remove the other's Doomhammer, he's at a pretty significant advantage. So that Ooze that we saw in RDU's Shaman deck earlier, that may be the key to this set of matches, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. We can't count Massan out yet. He might have something in his own lineup like that as well.
Have you seen the Ooze addition to this Bursty Shaman?
Not necessarily Ooze, but I've definitely seen Harrison Jones in Shaman before.
Oh, there's RDU's hand. He keeps the Ooze and throws everything back. Oh, and Massan has a Harrison. That's a little bit worse than an Ooze, but well,
it's a little bit more scary for sure.
Both players actually have nothing, like absolutely no creatures to play, which probably means that Manatide's at least going to eat a Lightning Bolt, which is pretty good for Manatide, I feel.
Yeah, anytime that Manatide just isn't a shield block for the Shaman is pretty good. If it can just soak up some removal, it's amazing.
Manatide comes down, there's Alakir in the hand, there's Rockbiter in the hand, there's Harrison in the hand. I think right now the match quite heavily favors Massan. Oh, but RDU does draw some sort of creature here with a Feral Spirit. It's just that to deal with a Manatide, you'd have to Lightning Bolt coin Feral Spirit, which completely destroys your next turn. I think he'll opt not to do that.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for a Totem. Can't just give up a full turn like that. He doesn't have any idea what his opponent's going to do. And just playing a Totem is perfectly fine.
Now, would you play the Defender of Argus there just to take board control in some way?
I don't know. I think I'd rather just roll the Totem.
Well, roll a Totem does pay off. He gets the healing, which makes his current Totem unkillable.
Yeah, it's certainly good. This Nomus Inventor is actually a big deal. It's too hard to kill with just Totems and Argus, and it'll just pick away the Totems if he doesn't get board control.
But it probably just eat the Lightning Bolt, yeah.
That's a pretty good Lightning Bolt, I think. Lotheb comes down.
Lotheb is going to work pretty well here. I mean, the entire hand is spells and situational cards, so you really just lose your turn because of that.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick Lotheb. Do you think we're going to see a Lightning Storm here?
Well, if he doesn't Lightning Storm, the option is Fire Elemental Link, yeah, the Argus. It just feels like that board is not very dangerous right now. Like, the one that was clear with the Fire Elemental. Like, it's 4 creatures, you got the numbers there, but I think if there was a Flame Tongue in hand, it would have been played already. If, you know, if the creatures had more points, it maybe would have mattered, but as it stands, I think saving Lightning Storm is just fine.
Yeah, Lightning Storm is one of the more key cards in the matchup. I think you might have to hold it for Feral Spirits.
Oh, the double draw engine here.
It's looking pretty good behind that Hex Totem.
I just fear that RDU might make the mistake of playing the Doomhammer early, and that'll lead to Massan drawing all the cards he's been missing out on.
I don't know. As weapon removal's been picking up a lot, one of the things is they've been holding the Doomhammer for the bursty win condition, or they just grind their opponent out of cards first. So maybe he plays it, maybe he doesn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just holds the Doomhammer for most of the game.
Nope.
Oh,
6 cards, baby.
I'm gonna see it. Here it comes.
And what is it like to play it? I mean, do you usually offload your hand as much as possible? Or does it really not matter? I think it might. I think I'd do a Feral Spirit before Harrison.
Think so, huh?
Would you not? I mean, the Feral Spirit kind of challenges the Gnomish Inventor. There's nothing else on RDU's board. And if it is Lightning Storm, it doesn't really remove that very well either.
I think I can get behind that. What other card are you really gonna play that isn't the Feral Spirits, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what other 4-drops do you have? Like your own Gnomish Inventor? What does that really do?
Man, he's really cringing at that Harrison, I bet. Playing into the Harrison's probably one of the worst things you can do.
What about Black Knight? That's also a pretty interesting card. We actually haven't seen Lava Burst. Massan might be playing a very traditional Control Shaman, in fact.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like from his end. I like the Black Knight. It's one of those huge swingy cards. Something like Kodo, Big Game Hunter. Those cards rotate in and out of the meta depending on what's seeing play. And Black Knight's actually really, really good right now because of all the Sludge Belchers pretty much everywhere in every single deck.
What do you think about the What do you think about the matchup now that we know what they're actually using? Like, had we known there was a Harrison in that deck, had we known Massan be playing a traditional Control Shaman, how do you think the Control Shaman does against the bursty one?
I think it's heavily favored.
Because of all the little taunts just stop the burst, right?
Yeah, for sure. All the taunts, Harrison Jones, just all the value cards. Your burst isn't going to get in for as much. It's just a lot weaker in the matchup. He's just struggling here. He's like, man, that Harrison Jones.
We were talking about Unbound Elementals in this Shaman deck, and possibly Harvest Golems instead, and it seems that both players are actually using Harvest Golems instead of Unbounds, especially RDU. I mean, we know that RDU has Lava Burst in his deck. That's a sweep.
Yeah, it's an insane turn. I think Harvest Golem might be better overall. Unbound Elemental deals a lot of damage, so in certain matchups, especially matchups like Priest, you need to be able to deal a lot of damage, whereas Harvest Golem just doesn't do that. And in the Priest matchup, Harvest Golem also just gets taken by Cabal, so that's another thing you have to look out for. But in most matchups, it's pretty much 50-50 on either one. They both have their pros and their cons.
Well, it looks like RDU tried to roll Spell Damage Totem, didn't get it, and chose to just taunt up instead of do some damage, but failed to kill anything with a Lightning Storm. But Massan's got the second Lightning Storm, his spell damage minions survived, and now it seems that there's almost no hope for RDU. Like, you know, this is a bursty deck, but what mistake did he make there? Did he have to kill off his creature or something?
He rolled high on the one. Yeah, he rolled high after he attacked, so.
I see. I didn't catch that.
A little weird. Yeah, and that Lotheb seals the deal.
Yeah, it's game over.
Also, Harrison Jones. Man, oh man.
I mean, you have to kind of expect that whenever you see Harrison Jones come down, draw 6 cards, and you don't really have any follow-up. Then your board gets cleared twice with 2 spell damage Lightning Storms. I mean, that's as rough as it gets. So I mean, you can't be too surprised with the outcome of that matchup. So Massan basically ties it up, and he's the one with the shaman. Though I feel the control shaman is possibly somewhat predictable, as you know we've seen it time and time again. I think we are going to take a little bit of a break, give RDU a chance to decide what deck he's going to play. I think his options as they stand right now are Hunter or Warlock. So he's got the Hunter selected, but we're going to give him a little bit of time to see what he wants to do. Anyway, we'll be back 1 minute, guys. See you soon.
My soul disappear with you. My soul, you're here. My soul disappear with you. My soul.
Welcome back, guys. We're going to get into the third game between Massan and RDU. This is best of 5, so it's the first to 3 points. There's still a lot of game that's about to be played. Right now, it's on RDU to select the deck that he wants to play against Massan's pretty much old school control shaman. That's probably the best way I could describe that. And it seems like he's going with Warlock. Now, we know that RDU has traditionally played Handlock, but what do you think of Handlock against this this matchup, Impact?
I think it's about 50-50. It honestly depends on if the shaman player draws his hexes and his Earth Shocks. I actually don't think you will play Twilight Drake aggressively in this matchup. Like, you won't play it on turn 4. So it really just comes down to having the hex or not.
I have a sneaky suspicion that those extra legendaries in the deck came at the price of Earthshock, but then again, I see it on the opener now. It's we didn't see it in the first matchup, did we? I don't think we saw any Earthshocks, and
Nope.
he drew most of his deck.
Yeah, in literally one turn.
Yeah, that. I mean, now that you know he's got Harrison, you gotta be a little bit afraid of Jiraxis.
Yeah, for sure. Just anything drawing more than one card in a turn is pretty insane in this game.
Doesn't Jiraxis have an 8 durability weapon as well?
Yep.
But because you can't actually attack with it twice the turn you play, it's actually worse. That is the worst weapon to get Harrison Jones. That is the most precious museum piece. The war
Man,
books.
what if you just attack with your last durability on one Doomhammer and then just equip the other one? Then you're just destroying all 8 durability at once.
I guess. So Massan's got the answers to all of the openers here. He's got the Earth Shock, he's got the Hex, and it's really gonna have to be the third creature that RDU plays that sticks on the board. And at that point, it might be a little bit late. I think he's going to take a lot of damage, and if he doesn't draw into Moltons, it may actually be tough to recover on the board here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Manatide Totem is going to just continue to draw cards. If he tries to
there's
play any...
Black Knight.
Oh man, just more swing cards in this matchup, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is not going well for RDU right now, but you know, the Handlock is capable of pulling off some pretty big comebacks, so it's hard to count them out yet.
Yeah, absolutely. If the Handlock player draws a Hellfire or a Shadow Flame, ooh, there's the Jiraxis.
Now, he's playing the Drake here instead of the Mountain Giant. I think this is very smart because this might actually bait the Hex, which he needs to save for the Mountain Giant unless he draws another one as he just did. How about that?
Do you think he would go with the Hex, or do you think he would try and clear it with maybe some of these Flame Tongue Totems? Oh wow, he actually does use a Hex on it.
The Flame Tongue Totem is not enough. You'd have to sacrifice your entire board. Now the Flame Tongue Totem is enough, and if he plays a Giant, because now he's down both Drakes, now you can take it out in this fashion.
Do you think he's already fallen too far behind? The Manatide Totem's drawn like 3 cards.
I mean, that is a lot of cards for a Shaman to have. Shaman's seems one of those classes where, you know, if you have the right card in the right situation, and if you get the better roll on it, you can't really lose. And that card draw is so important.
Absolutely. That Manatide Totem is one of the key cards in Shaman for sure. If that card just lives more than even 1 turn, I think it's probably too much for most decks to handle.
It's interesting, he's only playing 1 Flame Tongue Totem down so far. You think he's going to play another one here? No?
No, I don't think so. I don't know if I agree with giving it your Taunt Totem there. Could have just left the Owl alive and let him make the trade.
Well, if you left your Taunt Totem there, I think that might even get Black Knighted at this point.
Just to get something on the board.
Yeah, RD is just looking to get a sticky creature on.
Well, it looks like he might get something on the board now. He could still clear.
With the Argus and the Flame Tongue.
It's an optimal.
I feel like playing a lot of small creatures here might be pretty bad. Like, Hellfire does actually clear.
Yeah. You don't think he would have Hellfired if he had it, though? For sure,
You mean
like
earlier,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps. The Black Knight does come down.
Yeah, just getting anything on the board here is what RDU needs to be doing. It's only 1 Hex, 1 Earth Shock left. If he can start making some sort of comeback on the board, he might be able to stick something. But the Shaman has so many cards in his hand.
I think I like the Flame Tongue into the Fire Elemental here.
For sure. It looks like the strongest play.
Yep, exactly like that. I mean, yeah, it's a spell damage totem, but the Lightning Storm against what you're seeing right now is really not worth anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Lightning Storm isn't exactly the greatest card against a Handlock. It's only really good at clearing those Ancient Watcher like taunt setups. Or maybe late game with double Moltons and taunt. Do you like this? This seems a little weird.
Well, what you have to keep in mind, I think it does seem weird, and I think I would have went with a Fire Elemental play. You have to keep in mind, like, RDU probably has, like, a Soulfire, not Soulfire, a Siphon Soul. It does have a Soulfire and a Siphon Soul. But he obviously is incapable of dealing with all these little creatures, so I think just playing more of them is a good idea. When you play as a Fire Elemental, he's just gonna get outvalued with that Siphon Soul, which, you know, was pretty much a guarantee. Like, with that many cards, playing Black Knights and you know, that desperate of a fashion, I think you have a very, very good insight into the Handlock's hand. So I actually like that play a lot, now that I think about it more. But here it is, here's the Shadow Flame. Question is, what do you use it with? You use it with that Farseer?
Yeah, I was looking like using it with the Farseer makes the most sense.
Yeah, but I think you'd have to kill that spider first with the Soulfire.
You think so? You think it's worth the risk? Probably, right?
I think you play the Farseer. Yep, he's going for it. This could end really badly, about 14% of the time. Not this time.
Okay.
That actually may have saved him a giant, because he's staring Black Knight in the face otherwise.
Yeah, maybe it's a blessing in this.
Fire Elemental face, I don't know if I like that too much.
Maybe it's just testing for Molten Giants. Because he does have another Hex, so.
I think here I'd play the Molten Giant and Siphon Soul.
Yeah, it seems better than just playing Watcher for sure. Like tapping Watcher. You can just Watcher, I guess.
I mean, I feel like a Molten Giant's just gonna get hexed anyway, so like, what's the big deal? You play him now if your opponent has a worse turn.
Yeah, as it's looking right now, it's just falling far and farther behind. If he doesn't get something on the board quick.
Oh, that's a little slow there.
Yeah, he can't play that here.
Now he might be thinking that it needs a Sun Fury. And it wouldn't be too bad if you could play like 3 taunts here. But he's probably just going to play the 2 with the Watcher. The Watcher's... actually, I think the Watcher's going to get Lightning Stormed.
Yeah. Would you double stun here instead of just hexing?
Actually, no,
Or
yeah,
Black
you're right.
Knighting?
Just Black Knight Hex, right? I mean, if he had 2 Molten Giants, he would have played them. He has 3 mana left over.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, this is it's quite different. The Shaman deck is actually grinding the Handlock deck out of cards.
Yeah, it all had to do with those extra options and that pretty good opening hand. You know, leading into the Mana Totem, drawing more options, and Hex doing work, Earthshock doing work.
Wow, he's going.
Okay. Well, he got the right totem for it, but I think when you totem there, you commit to this play anyway. I think he just got a bit lucky.
Yeah.
Did he just roll 4 twice on Lightning Storm?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god. That was actually the only way to lethal him, was to roll 4 twice with Lightning Storm and to get this. That just actually happened. I didn't even talk about the lethal, because the only way lethal was going to happen was if he'd get 1 out of 3 with a spell damage totem, he'd roll 2 Lightning Storms, and both of them would get 4. So that's 1 and 2, 1 and 2.
That was crazy.
And that's the only way you could lethal him. I mean, what are the odds of that? That's 1 in 12. Would you take an 8% chance to win? I guess so. Well,
I guess he did.
Obviously he did, because it just happened. So there you go. Massan takes another game. That's pretty impressive how this has turned around. I thought actually RDU's Shaman deck with the Ooze was going to match up very well against all of Massan's deck, but as it turns out, this, you know, kind of control-y Shaman that is pretty good against most decks seems to come up ahead on all of them so far. RDU is down to his last deck. He's down to Hunter. Now, I've seen Hunter played in a lot of different variations recently. I don't think we're going to go to a break. I think we're just going to I think they're ready, at least. Because there's not much decision making from RDU's side here. He just plays the hunter. But I'm kind of curious um, if you have any insight on all the different hunters that we've seen. What do you think the best case for RDU is? Is it Tiger Uppercut? Is it the old school double unleash explosive trap? What kind of hunter does he need to pull through here?
Well, he definitely needs probably the Bursty Shaman, the Bursty Hunter. The Shaman deck is like pretty favored in this matchup, especially with all those taunts and the Harrison Jones. Like, he's gonna need something to stick. He can't really play high mains and stuff. It's just gonna get hexed. The Tiger at least is gonna get some sort of value. Maybe he's playing Houndmaster. Maybe he's playing Kodo. Really depends on what RDU's feeling.
There's just so many answers in Massan's deck, but one answer he doesn't have life gain. So I feel it's going to be some sort of race for both players here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the typical Shaman deck that we've seen lately, like the Lava Burst Shaman, it doesn't have to worry about being withered away because it has so much burst. But, you know, when you put in all these situational control-y cards, that takes away from, you know, the amount of turns that you need to kill your opponent in.
Yeah, absolutely. And all these control cards definitely take away from the speed of the Shaman deck, which is something that the Bursty Shaman deck had on the Hunter deck. Is that you would always have the Doomhammer by like turn 5 or turn 6.
Mm-hmm. I am actually staring at a frozen stream right now, so let me see if I can get this fixed. Do you see anything?
I see. Oh, looks like
okay, here we go.
Now. Yep.
There we go.
Maybe it wasn't frozen. Maybe he was just not doing anything.
Maybe. We got Shaman Hunter. RDU's got the Golden Hunter. That's a true legend player right there. Now, what do you do for the Shaman? I think you obviously keep the Lightning Bolt. He's keeping the Harrison.
That seems a little greedy. If he just gets rushed down by an early Undertaker start, like, yeah, he's got Lightning Bolt, but he's just going to overload himself on those early turns. He could fall too far behind if he doesn't draw an early Feral Spirit. You can see many early creatures in this deck, only Harvest Golems and Haunted Creepers. Sometimes you see stuff like Zombie Chow.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's the weapon, but that is still a very fast hand.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you might Harrison one charge off of that, I feel.
Yeah, you're definitely not getting more than one charge.
Massan sticks with it. He's got his own weapon, but that is...
that is not the opener you want.
No. Well, you're facing a Leper Gnome right now. You need that 1/1 totem. Searing Totem, let's go. Bam!
Ooh, and
Searing.
he gets it. He just got Paladin hero powered.
That's gonna do work.
Coins up the other 1-drop here.
I mean, since that Scientist is getting killed oh, wow. Never mind. I was gonna say, do you kill the Scientist first with Lightning Bolt, then attack to try to get your totem frozen?
Nope, you top deck Lightning Storm.
Okay. Well, Massan's running very well.
Absolutely. He picks up a Snake Trap here, which is not the secret you really want in this matchup.
Still
but with one Lightning Storm down.
Because the Shaman has to pretty much fight for the board, I also feel it's really not that bad. Like, it's gonna get procced. There's no way this type of Shaman is just gonna face rush.
Well, I think that's what he might have to do here. He's got the Doomhammer already. With one Storm down, though, the Snake Trap is definitely a lot better than it usually is.
I feel here you would maybe Lightning Bolt the Undertaker and Argus your Healing Totem to kill a Leper Gnome. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of 1/1s in play, but so what? You have like enough worth of creatures to soak all of them up.
Yeah, I think I like that. It definitely seems better than just playing the Doomhammer or the Lothep here.
Oh, the Doomhammer doesn't do anything. Like, you can take 4 more damage from an Undertaker.
No, I think the Doomhammer, you just start trying to whack them. But it's definitely better than just playing either that or the Lothep. If you have to kill the Undertaker, that card can just snowball like crazy. Yeah, he goes for the Defender. And he goes for the Lightning Bolt. And he opts to hit him in the face.
That's also pretty good. You know, you don't have to proc that trap until there's a bow out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what Harrison's for.
I think that's what he's going for, yeah.
Well, you see the Leroy. Does the Leroy indicate that there is the Tiger Uppercut variation going on?
I think it does for sure. When we think about RDU and Ignite, they used to be teammates on MYM, so it wouldn't surprise me if they are working together on deck selection and stuff in this tournament. They're bringing very similar classes, I think. If not, no, I think they're bringing the same classes.
What do you think of killing off the Leper Gnome there? Do you like that?
I think it's okay, yeah. I think he wants to try and keep this 2-5 alive because it represents a very real threat. His opponent doesn't know if he has a high main or something in his hand and just come down and smack him for 6, you know?
Yeah, but it's only 1 damage. I feel like at 4 it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference would be the Flame Tongue Totem if it would drop.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he could have just had the Flame Tongue Totem. And the Leper Gnome can get Earth Shocked. It's just good to get the damage in early. He's already got so much damage in his hand with the Leroy, the Kill Command, and the Bow.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just also wanted to preserve the Beast. Yeah, look.
The face is happening.
He has to keep going for the face here, I think. He's doing this Hex now so that he can Black Knight it. He's really committing to this plan of just not popping the Snake Trap until he draws Lightning Storm. Okay. He doesn't know.
Okay. Well, that Rockbiter changes a few things.
Yeah, it definitely gives him something to put on a clock.
Oh, that would be bad.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, he's thinking of just popping a totem first to soak up some damage, which is just fair. That's only be 1 damage though.
He rolls the wrong totem for it.
Yeah, this is when you don't want this one. Oh man, it's juggling season.
This
Watch
guy's
that
going
Argus
down.
die. Oh no, it can't die because he has the attack possible. That is actually the best juggles for Massan, because I think that Defender of Argus was dying anyway.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
The
He had
totem is still alive. The odds of that are actually pretty insane if you think about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's so much damage here, though. I mean,
picks up Unleash. Wow, that can be an insane amount of damage on the
4,
next turn.
6. I mean, it's just too much damage right now. It's just too much.
Yeah.
There's no way Massan can end this game quicker than the Hunter can.
No, for sure. Not even a second Rockbiter here. Do anything. Yeah, even if he plays the Harrison here, which he's going to, he just dies to Leroy and Unleash, or Leroy Kill Command, or honestly just pick your way, man. He's just so dead. He has to know that there's a Kill Command in his opponent's hand. He went all face.
Yeah. What is he thinking of doing? Is he thinking of killing some snakes right now to improve his chances?
It doesn't even improve his chances. He takes 2 and he still dies.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, he might think it's like an animal companion.
Well, yeah, maybe.
He survives Leok if he kills the snakes with the weapon.
And he survives Misha, right? Well, he doesn't really have anything going on. No. He just goes for the face.
Yeah, you can't blame
I
him.
like it. I can respect it.
Yeah,
He's got
lethal
the
next turn, but there is no next turn here. The players are gonna even out.
Yeah,
It
I
is
like
gonna
the.
be 2 and 2,
I like not showing the Leroy here.
and Massan's gonna have to fall back on Warrior, and we know that Warrior does a pretty good job of beating Hunter, but we also know that this Hunter is not particularly susceptible to the Warrior deck. That armor up doesn't matter too much with those Tigers in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Tiger can just burst it down like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see what that match will look like. We're going to go to a quick break here. We'll be back in about a minute to see the conclusion of Massan versus RDU. Hey guys, we are back. We're going to see the conclusion here. It's down to the final deck of each player here. We got Massan. He has to fall back on his Warrior. And RDU is playing what seems to be like the Tiger Uppercut Hunter. But we haven't seen those Tigers yet. Is there any Hunter deck that has the Leroy that doesn't run the Tiger right now?
Well, I definitely wouldn't put it past RDU to have figured out that Leroy is really, really good still in the Hunter deck. RDU is a very, very smart player. He knows exactly what's going on. He's always going to have the most up-to-date decks. A lot of Hunter decks are actually playing one Leroy right now. It hasn't really picked up on the ladder, but I've definitely seen it in tournaments.
I have seen RDU bring new decks to just about every tournament, even though he plays in so many.
Yeah, it's crazy how many decks you can come up with.
Yeah. It could just be that case. But if it is the Tigers, we did see the last matchup. I mean, there's not that much. Oh, it is high mains, so maybe it might not be Hunters. But we did see the last traditional Warrior versus Tiger Uppercut Hunter end very badly for the Warrior. And if I remember correctly, there's not too much variation going on in the Warrior decks these days.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Warrior isn't that far behind against the Hunter. It really just depends on his hand, and that is not the hand that you want as a Warrior.
Well, if you can survive, you can brawl on turn 4.
Yeah, the Brawl might be able to help, but with all the Death Rattle minions, you might only be just hoping to kill that Undertaker. But a Death Bite pickup means you can kill it on turn 3.
Well, he's going to have to kill it on turn 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that Death Bite is going to be able to clear the board. And if RDU doesn't get another creature here, that is going to be enough to hold off the opener.
Yeah, but where do you really go from here? You got the Death Spite, maybe in the Brawl, but the rest of your hand is still...
Harrison Jones! Just stick that sucker in every deck. Right?
I love it. You gotta... He's really just gotta put these weapons in museums, man.
It's the Faceless too. I mean, this warrior seems like it's, you know, it's meant to beat the other control decks, no?
Yeah, for sure. The Faceless could come down on the high main too, which could actually be a really big deal. But with the Freezing Trap in RDU's hand, man, I don't know. You can clear a lot of damage here by killing the Haunted Creeper, but even then it's just looking like it's another armor up and pass turn. But RDU's running out of cards too.
I think you have to do it. You can't just pass here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe he's afraid of Lotheb or some other 5-drop, but I don't know. You have to kill the minions. So warrior, it's just what you're trying to do.
Golden Corehound. There you go.
Yep.
You don't even need to hit level like 56 on warrior or something for it.
Nope. And the Lotheb top deck is very real here. It's just it's gonna force a Lotheb from Massan as well. Man, 17 life and staring down a huge board.
And the high main.
And the high main. Big Daddy high main. He doesn't even have a real reply to the high main. Like he can just maybe trade and brawl.
I think you execute trade brawl.
You like using execute here? Yeah, I think so. Makes sense. And 11 health.
Yeah, but all he really has to do is survive until Elistraza.
Do you think we're gonna see the Corehound come down here? Ooh, 1/1 Spider, the worst possible result.
I think it's Corehound time. Yep. No.
No.
That could have been so cool.
Lame. Lame.
Well, it's still a pretty huge issue for Massan here.
Oh yeah, the Leper Gnome threatening to deal basically 4 damage if he can't kill it. Ooh.
Oh, top deck the taunt. And
Get
there's
him.
no beast, so that kill command is not going to work.
You can still force through it and play the Corehound. And just leave the 1/2 taunt, but that doesn't even seem right. I think if you just play the Corehound here, or yeah, play the Corehound, and just pass back.
You know what you do here? I think you kill command for 3 through it.
Really?
Yeah, you kill off the Leper Gnome. Kill
Yeah,
command
okay,
3. Take
I
off
think
the
that could
rest.
work.
Okay.
I think I like the Corehound here. It's a little bit better, because then... Oh, wow. Wow.
Big game draws. Now what? If that taunt was gone right now, there'd be no more taunting. It'd be weaponing down. Like you'd actually win straight up from this point as the hunter.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. You would have even drew finishing damage.
The best part is, like, if this is freeze trap, that big game is coming back down again. Which is why it's getting killed. Okay.
He's definitely just going to play the Harrison here, or maybe the Alexstrasza. That's 6 life with the taunt though, and 1 kill command down. Yeah, he's definitely reconsidering playing Alexstrasza. I think I would play the Alexstrasza here. It's just too good not to play, I think.
Yeah.
Yops for the Harrison instead. I don't know if I like that, because all he needs is a beast and a kill command now. No, he'd be 1 damage short. But still, I think playing Alex Jazza just is a lot safer now.
It was a pretty nice beast, but I actually think Massan's gonna win.
Yeah, from this point, I think playing the Core Hound on that turn really came to cost him the big game top deck.
Yeah.
Made a huge difference.
Massan's been drawing very well in these matchups.
Yeah.
You kind of got a feel for RDU. Like in all the matchups after the first, Massan's just been drawing answers after answers.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Attacking a creature with a cruel task.
I think you have to attack the face here just to get the freezing proc. Then you just heal yourself back up. It doesn't even matter. He's not going to be able to get through the taunt if he just plays the Alex Jazza here, I think.
That is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So 15 life, and I think
Total.
that is exact lethal with the weapon, if I'm not mistaken. And you got the cruel task for a little bit extra that you're probably going to lose out off this. Actually, no. No, you're going to be one short of lethal.
Yeah, but at this point, it's just a matter of stabilizing, right? Once the Hunter's out of cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think he's going, to get the other freezing trap, but he still can't even kill this the 1/2 slime, so the slime's just going to end up getting freezing trapped. Not quite what was planned.
No, that doesn't seem right at all.
He has to know that it's freezing trap, right?
Maybe it's something more interesting. Oh wait, the 4 does it from the Grow Mash. You can Grow Mash Fiery War Axe.
Yeah.
That is lethal. Yeah, I missed the Grow Mash. Yeah, this is Massan's game right here.
Wow.
Comes down to RDU. I don't think he made like a misplay. I think he made like one of those like calls, and it ended up not being right. Ended up losing to Big Game and Faceless, which is it turns out exactly what Massan had, or Big Game and another Belcher. Well, Massan takes the set. Wow, that is quite surprising for me. But I mean, that's Hearthstone, man. I do feel like Massan had the better end of the draws. But at the same time, RDU, I don't feel played that well in that final game, so he's gonna have to pick it up. I don't know if we see more of RDU later today, but these are group stages. You can drop a set and continue on. Let me see if I have it here. So not today, but tomorrow we will be seeing more of RDU. Not tomorrow, the next day. The next day is the 27th. We're going to debut that day with RDU versus Colento. That should be quite a fun match that RDU will likely have to win to continue on in the tournament. All right, guys. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here shortly. Just tell you guys what's going on. After this break, we're going to have our next match. Our next match is going to be between Colento and Ostkaka. They're probably setting up as we speak right now. And just to mention a few things, I'm pretty much just reading this stuff, so it's a little bit, it's going to sound a little bit weird here. So what do we got? We're going to be giving away 2 €20 BattleTag gift cards during the semi-final and during the final days, and all you guys need to do is follow the channel this is being streamed on. Again, this is a live event, except for a few of the games that we were supposed to host on the first day. Also, if you do miss out on some of the games, if you guys want to watch those are going to be all the games are really going to be uploaded on YouTube. There's going to be links in the chat about that. The YouTube channel is Chaos Contingency. So just click the link in chat. You're probably gonna miss that one. And what do we got? Stuff. Okay, guys, we'll be back in 6 minutes. Colento versus Ostkaka. See you then.